Hi everyone, welcome to a video again from DGR. I'm gonna react to a video 10 things not to do in the Netherlands. So if you hear these are 10 things, I haven't seen the video yet, but it seems interesting. So I'm actually curious what this is about. I'm pretty sure bicycles are gonna be mentioned in one way or another, but yeah, let's find out what this is about.
So many things to discover in this wonderful country. But before you visit them, remember these 10 things not to do. Know before you go. Number 1. Don't call the Dutch Germans. A lot of people confuse the word Dutch with Deutsch. And no, it's not the same thing. Dutch is the name of Netherlands citizens and the language they speak, whereas Deutsch means German in the German language. So you see, there's a huge difference.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a nice thing to do, I think. I think the rivalry kind of died down now, but of course there's Second World War, two neighboring countries, invasion, all that stuff. So it's like the older generation, they really might have issues with it, though maybe age has mellowed them out a bit as well. Then there is the football rivalry, but I think the rivalry with Germany isn't the same as what it was maybe 20 years ago or so. I think things have settled down a bit, but I think it wouldn't be nice. I guess it's similar if you would call Scottish people Brits or English Scots, you know. Think about any nation that you can think of that have a rivalry and you're gonna switch the nationalities around. People are really gonna like it, I think. So yeah, that's a good one. Don't do that.
Number 2. Don't call it Holland. The Netherlands is a country with 12 provinces. It means lower countries in reference to its low elevation and flat topography. But Holland is a region referring to only 2 of those provinces. Some use Holland to refer to the whole of the Netherlands, which is wrong. Netherlands locals may take offence if you make this common mistake.
People might take offense, but I don't really think Dutch people gonna take or any offense. If you're foreign and you're gonna say Holland or you're gonna instead of Netherlands, I don't really think people are gonna take offense. They might correct you, but that is because they probably want to teach you that it's actually the Netherlands instead of Holland. But other than that, in the last video that I did, it was holland.com or so, that is like a travel site. I mean, come on. I don't really think people are gonna take offense. We're not really that kind of people, I think. I don't know. It's kind of strange.
Number 3. Don't abuse drugs. The Netherlands' capital, Amsterdam, is famous for the legalization of some narcotics. However, if during your stay you feel inclined to partake in these usually illegal substances, remember to tread lightly. You don't want to be one of those lame, wasted tourists making a fool of themselves on the streets of Amsterdam. Number 4. Don't wander into the bike lane. Back home, the bike lanes may be less dangerous, but the Netherlands are so flat it makes them ideal for cycling. Bike lanes are much more crowded and the cyclists much more ruthless when people loiter unknowingly into their designated path.
No, absolutely. Especially if you're in a big city, bear in mind, most places, most towns, they have a sidewalk and they have a cycling lane. Stick to the sidewalk if you're walking. It is so annoying, especially if there is I don't think there is anyone in the world that hates tourists, but it is a bit annoying if you're on your way to work, or you have a stressful day, or you gotta hurry or whatever. And our commute is quite fast, I think. You know, everyone is always rushing. So it's not so nice when there's people on holiday and they walk in front of you, or they walk in the wrong, and it's a headache. And then you can imagine as well, if you're on a holiday, you're not really paying attention like you would do when you're back home, or at least I don't. When I'm on holiday, I'm carefree. I go where I want, you know, but do try, bear in mind not to be on the cycling lane, because some people cycle very fast, and if you cross without looking, or they don't see you or something, you know, it can get ugly. It can be an ugly accident, not just for you, but the cyclist as well. Out here we don't wear helmets or stuff like that. We're used to bicycles, we're used to riding a bike, but some people might not be as used to people crossing left and right, or not really paying attention. One tip though, if you're walking on the cycling lane, then walk towards traffic. So out here we ride on the right side of the road. So if you're walking on a cycling lane, walk on the left side, so you can see what's coming towards you. And those that come in your back, they can just pass freely. You know, it's probably the safest way if you're walking on a cycling lane. But yeah, if you can avoid it, please do. For the sake of everyone, please do.
Number 5. Don't forget to tap off. If you travel by train in the Netherlands, you need to tap your card on the reader before you board. Sure, but don't forget to tap off when you pass back through the gates, even if they're already open. If you forget to tap off, the counter will still be going and you'll be charged the maximum ticket fare.
That can be really annoying. It happened to me a few times as well, that I check in but I forgot to check out, and to get the money back can be quite a hassle. So yeah, you can't miss the gates. You're never, well, I doubt you're gonna be the only one that is heading out. So most of the people are checking out, so that should be a reminder to, you know, check out. And not only when you go by train, but say you're going to Amsterdam by train and then you're gonna take the tram, it's not the same. You know, it's a different company, so they charge differently and stuff. So be mindful.
Number 6. Don't take pictures in the red light district. Taking pictures in the red light district is not allowed. So if you are caught taking some, they can confiscate your camera or your phone. We're serious, don't do it. Number 7. Don't use tourist buses. If you're in Amsterdam and want a sightseeing tour, rather than taking a bus, you'll be sure to better enjoy a cruise down the many canals. There are also plenty of riverside bars and restaurants to be discovered.
Those boats, they're actually quite fun. It's nice to be on the water and you can look up to the buildings. Amsterdam is built on canals, basically. You have like the beehive shape, the hexagon, kinda, and every time there is another canal around it, so there's loads of canals, and you know, I think you can get a day card actually, where you can hop off and hop on freely. So when you see something interesting, or maybe the guide is saying something interesting, then you know, you can hop off and continue the route later on. So that's really nice. So that is something to do actually as well. Don't do buses, take a boat.
Number 8. Don't speak Dutch. In the Netherlands they speak Dutch and English, and according to many of the locals, Dutch is harder to master than Chinese, and they prefer it if you don't try. So unless you're planning on moving there, don't try to dabble in Dutch.
That one sounds kind of strange to me. Don't try speak Dutch. Why not? I don't see the issue there. I think it is fun that someone is actually making the effort to speak the language. I know the Italians like that as well, and I figure it doesn't matter where you're from. If there is foreign people visiting your country, it is nice that they take the effort in speaking your language. You know, I don't know anyone that ever said to someone that's foreign, like, oh, no, don't even bother, just speak English. You know, they might speak English back, but it is to make it easier for you, you know. So it is not that we are offended when you try to speak Dutch, not at all, but it might be easier to speak English, and that is why we would switch. Now in the Netherlands most people are bilingual, and some speak even more languages. You know, we get Dutch and English in school, French you get, and then the higher your education is, the more languages you get, because you can get Spanish as well, and Latin is optional at some degrees, I believe. Did I mention German as well? Dutch, English, German, French, Spanish, and some learn Latin, but you know, who speaks Latin these days besides doctors and pharmacists? Yeah, and some other people, but let's continue.
Number 9. Don't show up unannounced. If you want to visit someone's home or workplace, you should always phone ahead first. They like to organize their day, and an unexpected visit may ruin their plans.
Most people are on a tight schedule, I guess, you know, with the work, and after work there you have some stuff to do, you have some in-laws to deal with maybe, you got your own relatives, your own friends, stuff like that, sports, gym, football. So it is wise to call ahead to make sure that you're not coming to a closed door, or someone saying like, oh, you know, I got an appointment, I really gotta run. So yeah, do that. Make an appointment. Yep, that's how we work.
Number 10. Don't forget to say goodbye. If you are with a group of people and you want to leave, don't forget to say goodbye. It's an important piece of social etiquette to warn in advance that you are going to leave, and then shake hands as you bid farewell to everyone in the group. If you don't, they may think you're angry with them, so be polite. Goodbye.
Yeah, I guess. When I went out, I always disappeared. When I was fed up, I just went home. You know, when I was, you know, but yeah, I can see if you're visiting someone, or if you, well, obviously when you're visiting someone, you don't just walk off. That would be kind of strange. But yeah, I don't really think there's any country where people just like, I can't bother with it, I'm going home. You know, so I think that one is kind of obvious. This is a nice shot, by the way, with the windmill and the tulips, the sun. But yeah, we have loads of flowers. You should, when you come, if you would ever visit Netherlands, you should see when the tulips are out, when they're growing and blooming and stuff, because there are whole fields, just like in this picture, you have whole fields with tulips, and all sorts of colors. There's so many different kind of colors in tulips. So yeah, that is something to behold.
Where do you want to know what not to do in next? Comment below.
Right, so that's kind of the end of the video. Hi. So yeah, that was it. Those were 10 things that you shouldn't do in a net. Oh, sorry, I'm knocking. I shouldn't knock on the desk. It's annoying. So yeah, those were 10 things that you shouldn't do and one thing that you should do. That was the canal boat. But yeah, I didn't agree with all, but you knew that because I said something about it. I think the only one that I didn't comment about was the sex workers. I think that's kind of logical. You don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to lose your phone. They probably have like big strong guys working there, and if they catch you, you have a problem. Yep. So I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day. Stay good. Stay safe. Say hi to your family, and see you next time.